Caretakers of President Akufo-Addo's private residence at Chebi in the Eastern region have dismissed claims by former Environment Minister Professor Frimpong Galamsey that portions of a garden at the place was destroyed by illegal miners. Professor Galamsey's report on illegal mining states a team had to be dispatched with evacuation excavators to restore the vegetation when he learned the president's garden had been invaded by illegal miners. Elton Brobe has been speaking with the caretaker Christopher Akuru and has sent in this report.
So in 2021, Professor Frimpong Galamsey, then chairman of the ministerial committee that was responsible for stopping illegal mining, wrote to the chief of staff upon a request by the chief of staff to furnish the office on the work of the ministerial committee and then offer a way forward to address the issue of illegal mining or Galamsey. Now, the response, which was supposed to be a confidential document, has become a matter of intense media scrutiny in the last few weeks because of the content in the report, where he alleges that some government functionaries were actually engaged in Galamsey, frustrated the works of the anti-Galamsey committee. But one key issue that came out was the fact that illegal mining was actually taking place in the residence of President Akufo-Addo at Chebi, the president's hometown. Now, page 29 of the documents makes reference to a call he received from somebody who works at the National Security Secretariat. And this call, the person said that somebody, and he described the person as the Chebi youth organizer of the MPP, had undertaken illegal mining in the residence, private residence of President Akufo-Addo at Chebi in the Eastern region. According to him, he followed up on the complaint and found out that it was indeed true and that they had to quickly mobilize some excavators and bulldozers to restore the vegetative cover of the president's garden and also reclaim the land. Now, today, we are at Chebi, the hometown of President Akufo-Addo, and indeed standing right in front of the president's private residence. Now, we're going to take a look inside the residence and to establish whether or not something of that nature actually took place. One of the households is here with me. His name is, you are live on JoyNews. What is your name?
My name is Christopher Akuru.
And you are a member of the household of the president?
Yes, please, I am.
Right, so this residence that we are standing in front of, can you describe who occupies this residence?
Yes, the place is a residential area for the president. And actually, we have an old lady who stays here by name Antiefia. And then we are also here 24/7 for security reasons.
Right.
So
you want to walk us into the residence?
Yes.
Let's go. So we're going to walk into the residence of President Akufo-Addo. This is you can call it the village house of the president here at Chebi in the Eastern region. So this is the compound.
Yes, this is the compound that we have the security post here. We have the security post here, which we have national security and then police in the house here 24/7. Okay. Yes.
And then on our left is the main residence, isn't it?
Yes, and that is the building you can see over here. Yes.
All right. So this house sits, if you like, on a 1 acre land. Is that what it is?
It's about 1.5 acre. Yes,
acre.
Yes, right. Land.
So
yes.
Apart from what we are seeing here, is there any other land that belongs to the president within this premises, or this is all that there is?
Oh, I think that's the only place that belongs to the president, and I think, yes, you can all see. Yes.
So the complaint is that according to Professor Frimpong Galamsey in his document to the chief of staff, he received a call from a national security operative, and in this call, the person said that the Chebi youth organizer of the MPP was undertaking illegal mining or Galamsey, which had resulted in the destruction of the president's garden. Can you point us to the garden, which is in reference here?
Yes, I may say we don't have any garden in the house, as we can all see. We can all see this palm nut trees. That is over about 40-something years or 50-something years that we all came and met. And then there are big trees that are here that even the president himself is somebody who really likes trees and those kind of. So since I have been here, nobody allows to take even a distance, let me say, a leaf from a tree.
Let's move forward. And indeed, what I see in front of us is perhaps a very open area, which could best pass for the garden of the residence of the president. Could this be the garden that Professor Frimpong Galamsey made reference to, that it was the place that this youth organizer of Chebi undertook illegal mining activity that destroyed part of the garden, and he had to bring in excavators to restore the vegetation cover of the garden and also reclaim the land? Could this...
Elton Brobe has also been speaking with the cousin of the president, Gladys Ajikumwa, who resides there.
And this is his private residence, and this is actually in his hometown. And we're still following up on this allegation that his house was turned into a site for Galamsey or illegal mining. And we are privileged to have a cousin to the president who lives in this house. And she says that she's not happy with the reportage, that the content that is contained in Professor Frimpong Galamsey's report to the chief of staff, because according to her, nothing of a sort took place in this residence. Mami Pastor Frozen. Now, President Odiano no.
It's a cousin.
What now Tifia?
You.
Now, 2021, I just say Galamsey na kosu ofia.
Me patcho antesa. Me be fia ha no. Mfia aduasa me yunu me nken kra me nu be ofia ha da. Ne maame me tena wan cha na menya 13 years. Ewo nima. Enti me no ya anti nana me nim no free no frase. Enti onye ni pabwane sa da. Eniama sa ni na dwen mu. Nana that is one bruchly. Say bruchly will be a kubi. That's one mreso de. Nanya a yet to one bruchly nana all bedi politics no not on teachy papa. Enti so kasa me no aduane a Mr. Nana that the same ho was a dear friend that the same. Enti Nana no one dream no said on my de to say one no Christosum and I did to say one. And I my name so at the table. Nana Kufado no what you want on any packet wa. Papa, what about Fran say, oh, she had not so giant, no near Bidiagra, Papa Bono, and then many more dear on Feniagro.
So she's been talking about the present formative years and the fact that she's lived with them for so many years. At some point, she cooked for them, and she's been living in this house in the last 13 years.
32 years.
Yeah, she's been living in this house for the past 32 years. Right. So the question we want to find out from her, since she's lived in this house for over 32 years, and the fact that in the last few years she sort of lived in this house, the allegation is that this house was turned into a Galamsey site. Is it true or not? Be more about too good. It will fear her. My fan say 2022, busy 2021, Anna.
2022.
2020, 2021. It be too good. It will fear her.
Me pacho Debbie, and you cray.
If you are be for machines in my house, will be too good.
Me pacho bebre will be for machine my house will be too good. Now me pacho, Sasama will be sami. Get in a bed and will be the same machine they will have. Machine I will come in when they can say dear. Now so me once I get here bed and will be the machine be uraha. Catch on the pacon.
So she says that it is not possible that some earth moving machines came to this house in search of gold or to mine gold, and that the report is inaccurate. Now, Yanyan say Nipakona will be too good, you know. Omampeni Omoana, what form so no more humano. Nipa ba ko friend Professor Frimpong Galamsey, which we said obi friend and nipa ne friend no obi hwe na no kwento de excavator ba ha e mana e garden na ya se no no osan ebe reclaim ye esan ye ni ye o de o ka che ne se bibia sensi ofia
enya no kura bibia sensi ofia no the pakon so be too gold no wo kan otutu men to go yansa na otu men na otu gold na if you say me ba ha na men to say e man no she too wuda if you say only one abek utwhwa so kura papa no ba no befu na wa say me too e men to agu form me to gold was say me pa cho ka kire papa no say e message fia bebre ye too men no bi wuda enyi papa enyi cheme we say ba na ya dua na e wa ha
Presidential Affairs correspondent Elton Brobe joins us from Chebi, where he's been speaking with people in the president's residence there. Elton, you have seen the garden. How does it look? We'll try and get Elton to join us from Chebi, right? But if you heard the conversation he's been having with a cousin of the president, she said nothing of that nature happened. Well, thankfully, Elton has joined us. Elton, you've seen the garden for yourself. How does it look?
So, Aisha, what you are seeing behind me is actually the garden. This is the garden in contention. Unless there's other property belonging to the president here in Chebi that we are not aware of. But this is the president private residence here at Chebi. And what you are seeing on your screens now is the garden. The house itself is on an almost 1 acre land. And you will see that the compound constitutes about 2/3 of the land. The house is a very small one. You can see a village house. So usually he doesn't come here often. The garden you see doesn't look like something that has been disturbed in the last few years. I have no expertise in mining, but it is walled, and according to the security agencies here, from the police, from the military, from the Ghana Immigration Service, they've been here since 2017 when President Akufo-Addo was sworn in. So access to this place is quite restricted. The entire road network to this place is cordoned off. And the president resident doesn't share wall with any other house in this vicinity. What you will find is an asphalted road and some place you can describe as a mini forest. According to him, there's not been any activity as alleged by Professor Frimpong Galamsey in this area. And they were actually surprised to read from the document that somebody undertook such an exercise. For them, access to this place is restricted, and there's no way somebody could have come here with some earth-moving machines to undertake, illegal mining or Galamsey, Aisha.
Well, whether this is actually the state of the garden following the restoration by Professor Boateng, as he said in that report, or it was never destroyed in the first place.
According to them, nobody has had access to this place to undertake any exercise of that nature. According to them, you will require an accreditation to come here because they consider this place a high security zone because of the ownership of this property, the President of the Republic. That's how come, according to them, since 2017 up to now, there's always been security, presence here, from the police to the immigration to the Ghana Army. In fact, even using the main road in front of the house, by the house, is quite restricted. So for them, it will be impossible and unimaginable that in the full glare of the security personnel, somebody will come in here and undertake illegal mining or, go into the search of the precious mineral. It's something that cannot be possible under the circumstances because of the person involved and the high security deployment that is always here 24/7. But the garden you see, this Frimpong Galamsey, report captured on the page 29 of the document, which says that you got a call from somebody who alleged that a youth organizer in the MPP from Chebi was undertaking illegal mining that had destroyed parts of the president's garden, and that he sent some people to come and check. The information turned out to be true, and that they had to mobilize an excavator to come and restore the vegetation cover of the garden. This is the garden, and from my point of view, from a layman's point of view, there's no indication to describe that there is some discrepancy in terms of the color texture of the grass and everything. You can say that it has not been disturbed. And that is the situation we can report now.
Elton Brobe is a presidential affairs correspondent, and he's been telling us the situation at the president's residence in Chebi. From Chebi.